boys and girls, and welcome to 37 Quizney Street, the Disney trivia quiz show where we have two of our resident Disney nerds pitch their Disney wits against each other to find out who will emerge victorious. Our contestants this week and every week are Chris Fletcher.
Hello.
And Hugh Rain.
Yo, yo, yo.
So how are we doing, boys?
Good, thanks. Yeah, raring to go.
Are we feeling confident?
No, but I've got a new board. You know, last time I had that horrible little flap of plastic, right? It took me a while to find, because everything I searched for was like this big. I could tell it was something that we've already got upstairs, which is those things that you draw on, but they've got the little wire mesh underneath them, and you know, you can't get any detail. And I found this thing, right, Chris? Oh, mate, look at this. Just keep winning, just keep winning.
I think that's going to make all the difference.
Finding Dory chalkboard, but check this out. Also, it's a whiteboard.
How do you wipe it? Oh, it's just a whiteboard.
I'll show you in a minute. But Bonnie had written on it. We found it, and she'd written, "I love my family."
Oh.
Now, I will say,
she's a peach.
It's very cheaply made, and it feels like it's coming apart around the edges, and the bits are kept in here, and it just kind of pulls off, and you can see screws inside, and there's a gap there. But you know, there's your chalk and your pens in there. I'll take them out for now because they're noisy. But as long as it stays in one piece, I think it's absolutely brilliant, and it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. I took a gamble, and it's plenty of room. Is that it comes with a little sponge.
Ah, I can't believe you've just erased that.
I know. She writes it all over them.
Do you know what? I considered changing my iPad for something new and wonderful because Ollie got a light bright for his birthday, but I thought it might take me a long time to write the answers down.
Oh,
so
yes. I had one of those when I was a kid. I bet they're better now, though.
Look, it's got a carry
No,
handle.
they're not. Worse. They're worse.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah, they're cheap and tacky.
Wow. Well, I'm hoping that will bring you luck, Hugh. We are only on episode 2, but you are already 2 points behind. The scores so far is Chris on 6 and Hugh on 4. For those who don't know, because this is the first time we've done this for the general public, this used to be a Patreon show. We do this in rounds of 10. So there are going to be 10 episodes with a cumulative scoring. So we can see who is the final series winner at the end. If you haven't done episode 1 yet, you may want to go back and do that. You are more than welcome to join in and leave your scores in the comments below. Good luck, everyone. So I'm starting with question number 1. Honest John and Gideon the Cat are characters in which Disney classic? Honest John and Gideon the Cat.
Do you know this, Chris?
I do, yeah, do you?
No.
This is one of my favourite.
You've helped me remember it as well,
I've
Hugh.
ever had.
You've actually helped me remember this. You helped me remember it.
When?
Just now.
What, when I said, do you know what this is?
No. You're just a constant source of support, so I thank you for that.
Yeah, this is one of my favourite meet and greets at Run Disney, and it's one of my favourite photographs is meeting these two. I don't think that'll give any of you clues.
No, it gives me no clues, but I've got the answer.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
P-I-N-O-C-C-H-I-O.
That's Pinocchio.
Yay!
See,
correct.
you helped me, Hugh.
Somehow.
Every time I spell it that way now because of that.
Oh, that's how I helped you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote this at work the other day, and I did the same. I was going P-I-N-O-C-C-H-I-O. People might not know what that is. That was a cartoon in the 90s.
I think the tune's slightly different to what you think it is. So at some point, I'm going to have to look it up and find a video of it or a clip on YouTube to have a listen to it. But I've never got around to it. I know.
Maybe that can be the tiebreaker at the end of the series when
whoever's
start
right
between you again. You both have to sing it and then run it through.
What do you think the tune is?
Pardon?
What do you think the tune is?
P-I-N-O-C-C-H-I-O. That's Pinocchio. Whereas you go up, I go down.
P-I-N-O-C-C-H-I-O.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Maybe it's a harmony, and we're both right.
Would you like question 2?
Yeah, go on then.
I
Yeah, go
think
on
you
then.
do. So I do like to, if you haven't done one of my quizzes before, I like to mix it up between animation, live action, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney history, Disney parks. This is every Disney umbrella you can get under. So what is the first name of Walt's eldest daughter and only biological child?
I don't know.
What is the name of?
Walt's daughter
Oh,
and
daughter.
only biological child. His eldest daughter
Can't
and
remember.
only biological
You know when you know the
child.
answer, but you can't remember it. That,
Is there a
like
clue
every
in the
question.
park?
There will be.
There probably is. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Not like Lily's boutique and stuff.
So she's not called like
Dumbo.
yeah, or Robinson's Treehouse.
No. Autopia Disney. That's what she's
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a
Aladdin's
nice name.
Passage.
Autopia. Autopia.
Orbitron.
I know we've got this wrong, so I've just written down a name, a female name.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
I'm gonna make one up. Now, I thought with these pens that the other two colours would be too light, and I've tested them out, and they're very vibrant.
Oh,
Right.
that's nice to know.
3, 2, 1.
Lily.
Eliza.
Both incorrect. Lily was his wife. I don't know who Eliza
Was she?
I don't either.
Was she? Lily was his wife.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lillian Disney.
I must have plucked that from somewhere there.
Okay.
That's too coincidental.
It was Diane Disney.
I
Diane
nearly
Disney.
said Daisy. I would have been closer to Daisy.
Eventually, Diane Disney Miller, because she married Ron Miller, who later became the CEO. He also had an adopted daughter, Sharon. They weren't able to have any more children after
Shazza to her
Diane,
mates.
so they adopted a daughter 3 years later.
Dirty Diana.
No.
You don't get many Sharons these days, do you?
Daz's,
No.
I've never had a Sharon in my class.
I miss a good
Daz's sister's
Sharon.
called Shaz.
Oh, is she?
That's my alter ego, if anyone's wondering what that is. It's my alter ego. I do-
Okay,
I do
there's
think
going to
it
be a bit of educated guesswork in question number 3.
For a change.
Approximately, and it is a multiple choice because I'm not that mean. Approximately, how many visitors does Disneyland Paris receive per annum? These figures were taken up to 2018, an average over several years. So 2020 has not had this many visitors. So your figures are 14.8 million. 20.8 million or 25.8 million.
This
Are
is
we
over
Googling?
all time.
No, calculating.
Oh, it's calculating.
That's allowed, isn't it? Calculating.
Are you working out how many that is per day?
Chris is like, Chris had a look at there like
Is that
it's
acceptable
disgusted.
for him to use his calculator?
You sat there with a calculator because you're going, well, there must be this many people per day because this is how big it is and this is how many people we can have. Then I'm going to multiply that by 7. And then I'm going to, in fact, I'm just going to multiply by
Plaza
365.
Garden seats 45.
And that's going to give me an
so-
answer. So, so you're going to math your way into this. Whereas
No,
I'm going
okay.
to,
Give me the.
You can.
Give me the.
you could have done it by now.
14.8, 20.8 or 25.8 million visitors per annum.
Right. Okay. Fine.
Christopher?
Hang on 1 second. Oh, I'm just trying to write something.
See, I can hear something inside this that shouldn't be there. It's just that's
Okay.
the problem with this.
It's a
3,
loose
2,
screw.
1.
14.8.
25.8 or whatever it was.
It is 14.8.
Yes.
Hey.
I was prepared to say I don't like those kind of questions because if you don't know, you just don't know, and it's like, well, I mean, it
agree.
could be either. But because I won the point, I do like that question.
I do kind of agree with you there. I mean, it's educated guesses. It's like you were saying, it's guesstimating
Well,
at the end of the day.
If you don't
isn't it?
mind me saying,
Go on.
if you'd have just asked us to guess the millions, and it would be the person nearest might have been a good.
Would that have been
might be-
more interesting?
I would have
thought
still
that
got
was
it wrong
really-
because I would have said about 20 million. Even though I didn't go for 20 million, I would have said 20. That's the answer that was
I might
already
have
in
said
my head.
about 8 million. I like how we're guessing what we might have thought before we knew the answer, and I would have
The hypothetical
I actually nearly
past
put
you.
20. That's the answer I thought, and I thought, well, I'm probably wrong, so it's going to be one
Oh,
of the
actually,
two. So I went for
the
bigger
answers we
one.
both gave were both 6 off as well.
There you go. Well, you got it right.
Interesting.
So.
Right, we're on to Star Wars now to get your geek back. How many live-action Star Wars movies does Admiral Akbar appear in?
I feel like this is a trap.
It's a trap.
Did you mean to quote that,
Of
Chris?
course he did.
Of course I did. Oh, don't insult me.
Right. This is a good question.
It is a good question.
I will say
Definite,
he's in Clone Wars and we're not counting it. Okay, I did say live action. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to guess this.
Are you going to tell me? Well,
what? Yeah. Right. Okay. I've got a number. I don't know if it's right or not, but I've got a number.
okay.
Well, I know for a fact he's in Return of the Jedi.
Yes, of
I know
course.
for a fact he dies in The Last Jedi.
Yes.
So it's whether or not he appeared in The Force Awakens. That's what I'm going for anyway.
Right. Okay.
We'll find out.
3, 2, 1.
3.
Well, I've put 4.
Right. The correct answer is 3.
Yes.
Because of all the reasoning that Hugh just said.
Yeah.
And
No,
it was in Force Awakens.
Yes.
He flew out when Princess Leia did her Superman thing. He flew out then. That was his death.
I recall that. I had this thing in my head of, does his voice appear in the last film for some reason?
Oh.
But it was in my head. So I knew the ones he was in, and I just thought there must be
when
another
all the
one,
Jedi are talking to Rey and going, "Hey, get up! You can do it. We're with you. We're all with you.
It's a trap.
We're with you. I'm with you too."
Yeah, because he was a secret Jedi.
I actually heard a fact a couple of weeks ago, and it was something like he's one of the most famous Star Wars characters, but he's only actually on screen for something like, in total, something like 90 seconds or something like that. But I looked and looked for that fact. I heard it a couple of weeks ago and I couldn't remember it and I couldn't find it. So I had to go with this. But that would have been a good question as well. Maybe I can find that fact later on.
I like that question.
Evasive action.
Right. What is the surname of Widower Carl in the Pixar movie Up?
Oh.
Mr.
Oh. Something sprung to mind, but it's so familiar. Have I got it from something else?
So he's toddling around with little Russell, and Russell keeps calling him. Russell doesn't call him Carl.
Don't like this question because I haven't watched the film for ages.
Well, I'll decide if I like it based on the answer.
I don't know.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Peterson.
Hugh is correct.
I knew it was something, son. I knew it was,
I
but I
paused
couldn't remember.
then because I'm thinking, who's Mr. Peterson? There is a Mr. Peterson.
I used a chalkboard.
And I got distracted.
I know, I noticed. You're caning me this
that makes
week.
me teeth.
He is. You are now, Hugh,
Beating
in
by
the
1.
lead. Yeah. Well, it's
Have you got
3 in the
4
lead
right
for
today?
Today's episode. Yeah.
Have you really?
What's that?
Well. You got 4 right already. Get you.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm only just getting them though. Like that last one, it was like, I think it's
Tippy
this.
brain,
And
tippy brain.
the Akbar one, it was like, I'm pretty sure it's this. And
I'm just not getting
the million
it.
one was a lucky guess.
Okay. So, which Pixar film comes first alphabetically?
All right, interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh.
We've done this for classics.
Ants.
Push your mouth. We've done this for classics on the other podcast. And it was fairly easy. I think there's a couple of little red herrings in this one, as it were.
Interesting.
Just going through the list.
A couple of red herrings, you say?
Well, red herring might be the wrong word.
I mean, I think it's
People getting
obvious.
it wrong.
Oh,
I think it's really
Ah.
obvious.
hang on a minute.
Oh.
Depends what. Because sometimes okay, I've got it. But
I wish I hadn't said I thought it was obvious because it's obvious. Surely it's obvious.
okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
Okay, good. You're both correct.
Unless it was like there's one called Aardvark or something.
No, my thinking is
I changed it
If-
from Brave
that's
to
it.
that, and I was like, Bug's Life. Bug's Life.
If you leave off the brave, RSTU, R comes before you, so brave would be first. And I just thought a lot of people would forget that it started with A Bug's Life and just call it Bug's
We're
Life.
not a lot of people, are we, Hugh?
It's a Bug's Life. What if it was? No, we're not.
It's not.
It's a
It's
Bug's
a
Life.
Bug's Life. It's definitely A Bug's Life. That's the other thing. That's why I said a couple of red herrings. So we both got that one.
I almost gave it away by saying ants.
You did, yeah. Well, it's not ants, but
Yeah.
Which Disney legend starred in The Love Bug, That Darn Cat, Blackbeard's Ghost, and $1 Million Duck? This guy was one of my first crushes.
oh Christ, he played Bobby in. I can't remember his name. Don't you hate it when you forget someone's name? Oh,
I did think there would be a bit of name forgetting with this one,
He
but I
played-
didn't
he
want to make
played-
it all too easy for you.
he played Bobby in that Sondheim film. What's it called? Company. If it's who I think it is.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, maybe it isn't. Well, tell me the name. Tell me the films again.
The Love Bug,
Yeah.
Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. I didn't say that last time, but I am doing.
All right. I didn't know.
That Darn Cat, Blackbeard's Ghost, and $1 Million Duck.
I ain't got a clue what we're talking about here.
Well, have you seen Herbie
What are we
films?
talking about here?
Oh. He's a very
Oh.
famous Disney. He did all the Disney family films in the 60s. He did all the ones I've listed and more. But if you've seen Herbie films,
No.
right?
I've written an answer down, but I'm not sure it's right because I've got another doubt in my head now because there's
I'm gonna
someone
write
else who was
this,
in
but,
those
just in
Herbie
case.
films who's in other films that you didn't mention that are probably more famous films. So it can't be him. It's not him.
Oh,
But it could. Oh, geez. Oh no. There's loads of famous people in those Herbie films.
okay.
It could. Oh, is he in those though? Oh, I don't know. How do you choose between the ones that it could be? Oh, I mean, obviously the answer is to know which one of those people was in all 4 of those films. Right, I've got an answer, and I think I've got the surname wrong as well. So,
Okay.
but I also think it could be someone else. So let's see what happens.
All right.
3, 2,
I
1.
put Dick Van Dyke.
I've gone for Dean Thomas, but
Oh,
it's Dean something, and I couldn't remember. And then I
You
thought, is
don't
it
know
Buddy
who I'm on
Hackett?
about. You do know who I'm on about and can't remember his name. It's Dean Jones.
Jones.
So were you thinking Dean something Welsh?
Never heard of him.
I was
I'm
thinking, I
gonna
know
get a
who he is, and he's
photograph of him.
awesome. And if you ever want to listen to a bit of Sondheim, and I mean, who doesn't? His
No, thanks.
Robert in the original soundtrack of Company, the original Broadway soundtrack, is pretty awesome.
I also think that we should
Jones.
put Blackbeard's Ghost on the list for some random films.
Don't recognise
Oh,
him.
he's the best.
Darn actor.
That darn actor. Right. The next question was
pulled one back
usurped from me by Bob Sangwell on our Disneyland Paris show, which we've just done. So I had to very
Gus
quickly
Gus and
come up
Jack.
with one.
That Dan Bob.
Right. I have to very quickly come up with a question. But it's a verbal one. It won't really work if you write it down. So I'm going to have the person in the lead go first so that the person who's trailing can get a little help. No, it'll become clear because hearing it doesn't mean they'll be able to say it. So I want you to do this as quick as possible without thinking about it.
Right.
Can you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards? Go. It's in the film.
No.
Chris.
Docious sexpiali.
No.
Right.
Just
Good.
a
We're both
sex
lost.
Califragilupus. I know the last bit.
Docialiexpiasticfragicalirupus.
But that isn't supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards. It's the syllables of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards.
What they say in the film.
Yeah, I know.
You can pick it at the film.
And it does my note every time I hear it.
Okay, fair enough. But nobody got it.
Indubitably.
Okay. So, you're not happy about that question, are you?
Jack and Gus Gus.
I've had better.
Okay. Question 9. You're going to like this one though. Complete the lyric. Here's something for tempting the palate, prepared in the classic technique. First you complete the lyric. Here's something for tempting the palate, prepared in the classic technique. First you.
This could be one of two, but I don't think it's one of them.
I don't know. I feel like I should know.
Do you know the song?
Because it's from Little Mermaid,
right?
I think, isn't it? But I don't know what they actually are. But I know what's happening at the time.
Tempting the palate.
I think it's Little Mermaid, or it was that, or be our guest.
It's Le Poisson.
But anyway, I've got a line.
So have I. But I don't think it's right. Go on, you go. I don't
hang on.
right.
I've just realised I've put an apostrophe in where there shouldn't be one. And that's important.
That will not do.
Right, okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, cut off its head.
I put something about smash up the shell with a mallet because it rhymed.
Well.
Oh, cut off his head.
Chris was closer.
Oh.
I'm going to give you it. Here's something for tempting the palate, prepared in the classic technique. First you pound the fish flat with a mallet.
Oh.
Pound the fish flat with a mallet.
Yeah,
Then
you see, I was
cut off
thinking
its head, give its belly a slice.
Then you rub
some
salt
salt in.
because that makes it taste nice.
But I just want
Hello, what have we here?
pound the fish flat with a mallet.
So did no one get that?
No.
Chris got the rhyme, but I'm not going to give him it. He got the mallet. But
I've been
what
so
did you
close
say?
in so many questions there. I've been very close and not got on. Even the ones that, well, all of them. Every question I've been just off. It's been quite
What did you
frustrating.
put? Remind me, Chris. Something.
Oh no,
mallet.
no, because I was thinking of Sebastian, so I was talking about shells. I knew it was the fish song, but I wasn't right. There was a mallet there, but that was it.
Okay.
I got with a mallet.
Right. We've not had a fruit.
Am I on 1 point? 2 points? 1 point. I'm on 1 point, aren't I? This is
You're on 2
bad.
points.
Oh, thank
You
goodness.
got Pinocchio and A Bug's Life.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right. Final question of this round. How many brothers does Prince Hans of the Southern Isles have?
I don't know.
You don't know, Chris?
No.
You've left your quiz mojo at home today, haven't you?
Oh.
When you
Just ask
moved
me.
to the hotel.
You've asked me 10 questions I don't know the answers to this week.
Do you know what? I can't remember, but
I've written a number down. It could be right.
I can tell you what, Bonnie would know.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Bonnie would know.
Let me just think about this.
Go on, think away.
It's not in the song, but no, I'm just going to change that. I can almost hear him saying this as opposed to what I'd written down.
Interesting.
Right. It's a guess.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
12?
I've gone for 7.
12 it is.
I put 13, but I thought I couldn't hear him saying 13. 12 seemed right. I can't believe.
Do you know what's
that.
frustrating and very typical of today? 12 was the first number I thought of, and I thought, now that'd be too high. So,
Chris, honestly, that was a. It
Do you know-
wasn't. It wasn't.
Just not my day
It wasn't a
today.
stab in the dark. It was an educated guess, but it was a guess.
It was worth it just to see your delighted little face when you got that right, Hughie.
I haven't felt this down since I lost the last quiz entirely on the last question. I honestly,
That was
I know
really
it's not showing
tough,
in my face or
Chris.
anything, and I'm still very upbeat and everything. But
This isn't how
That
this
was
normally
tough.
goes.
No, I've thrown this away today.
I've been very lucky today, is what it is. Very, very lucky.
Okay, so carrying over last week, marks, Hugh now has 10 and Chris has got 8.
And
That's not too bad a lead, Chris.
Don't
in fact, I'm
patronise
surprised
Hugh
he's
has
got.
been further behind than that.
I'm surprised he's got. No, that means I've got 4 more than him today, though. That's
Yeah.
okay. But the thing is, that score now, because normally when people post the scores underneath, I'm shamed. But actually, I can be, I can hold my head high with some of the listeners now.
I think you can.
Today,
Viewers.
Chris, 2 out of 10 today, Chris. Hugh, 6 out of 10.
2.
Acceptable.
2 out of 10's
Acceptable.
appalling. And do you know what?
Please.
Like I say, I'm so annoyed because on most of those questions, I was very close, or it was the first number I thought of, and then I didn't put it down because a lot of them were numbers today. I'm just gutted. Should have gone with my instincts a lot
That's
more
a happy
time.
end to your weekend.
Yeah.
Back to work tomorrow.
You can all
That's
go. I
it,
might
I
not
hope
post
it-
this on Wednesday now. I'm not sure I can be bothered.
I bet you could do some clever editing and get you some massive marks in here if you wanted to. Okay, guys, we hope you've enjoyed our trip down 37 Quizney Street today, the Disney trivia program. I hope you've enjoyed meeting Dory and enjoyed listening to the successes and failures of our team.
Just keep winning. Just keep winning.
You can
All right.
find
You
us.
don't. You gloating doesn't work, Hugh. I'm sorry.
No, I don't normally gloat, but it's just a good pun.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under 37 Disney Street. So for now, good night.
Bye.
Peace.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.